Well, we've known for ages now that pre-patches come in on the 13th of January, and we're obviously all really excited and getting prepared, or at least I am and many people I know. Blizzard have actually just announced now that the Burning Crusade Anniversary Edition officially launches globally on the 5th of February. Now, not only that, in this post there's a few other little juicy bits that we really do need to know about. I must admit, I'm exaggerating a bit. When I said a few things we need to know about, there's one, and that's how the boost is going to work, as in, can you buy a boost on its own and not need to get the upgrade edition? Well, yeah, you can. I'm not going to talk through all the features because we know all the features that we're going to get, but the important things are really the dates. So January the 13th is when we're going to get pre-patch, and the level 58 character boost standalone purchase will become available. So currently, as it stands, you've already got yours if you bought the Epic Upgrade Edition, which I am going to be doing a giveaway for the Epic Upgrade Edition, which Blizzard have actually given me the codes for, over on kick.com/Scottejaye. So come over and say hello, and I'll be announcing exactly how the giveaway is going to work in the next few days. So we now basically know we're going to have 3.5 resets before we go into Outland. Now on February the 17th is when the PvP Season 1 is going to start, which is fairly normal in every classic expansion to get a week and a half or so before you actually start PvPing, because it gives you time to get to max level, get gear and all of that. Now, I was kind of expecting the raids to be open at launch, but the raids don't actually come until February the 19th, and they say challenging raids when it's all post-nerf, like they've said, being Karazhan, Gruul, and Mag, so a little bit of an exaggeration there. Now, I'll just put it out there, I'm not against the raids being held back a couple of weeks, so it does sort of reduce the amount of rush that you're going to need to do, because getting from 60 to 70 isn't exactly fast, it's still going to feel like a bit of a slog. So getting time to then go in, get achievements done, get your heroics done, it's going to actually feel quite good to have that couple of weeks with no raids for most people, but I would say more people was expecting to actually be able to rush and then go straight into Kara once you've done your achievements, go straight into Gruul. I mean, if you remember back in TBC Classic, people was literally doing Gruul before there was even level 70. Now, I know there'll be mixed opinions on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't care. I like the fact that I haven't got a rush. I can get a couple of characters to 70, get them attuned, do the quest, like, you know, basically the stuff that you like to enjoy before you have to start committing to raids. So I actually think it's quite a good thing. Now, just going back to the boost, we have absolutely no idea how much the boost is going to be, but in line with all other versions of World of Warcraft, I'd kind of expect it to be £49 or whatever that converts over to with your currency. Now, here's the thing that I personally was kind of expecting. I said in a recent video that they'll most likely change their mind on this, and lo and behold, they've changed their mind on it. And that's the fact that you will be able to boost Blood Elves and Draenei. Up until this point, it said that the boost cannot be used on those, but clearly they realised it was a ridiculous decision and they've gone back on it. So as soon as we get to January the 13th and the pre-patch is live on your server, the level 58 character boost anniversary will be available in the Outland Epic Pack, so you'll be able to use the boost that you've already purchased if you've bought the Epic Upgrade Pack, and you'll now be able to purchase standalone boosts as well. Blizzard are going to absolutely rake it in on these boosts, because if they follow through with the anti-boosting system as well, which, don't get me wrong, I've not been on the PTR for a while because I've literally just been getting prepared myself, which again, if you watch me over on Kick, you'll know the amount of hours I've been putting in to getting ready for TBC, that I've not really had time to be messing around on the PTR, but I've not heard anything about them going back on the anti-boosting system, so I'm assuming it is in the game, which means you're not going to be able to level super fast just by sitting in dungeons and getting mages to run around and boost you all day, even though it'll just be the rise of prop paladins boosting over mages. There will still be a way, but people are just going to buy the 58 boost, because with how expensive gold is, I'm not condoning gold buying, but I've heard from a friend that it's really, really expensive. The 58 boost will just be what they do, so Blizzard are going to be raking it in. And as you can see, Blood Elf and Draenei characters can also use the level 58 boost to rally against the Burning Legion. Now, the level 58 character boost is only available for use on WoW Classic Anniversary Realm characters and on WoW game accounts for which it was purchased or redeemed as a gift. The thing here, it doesn't say it's a one-time purchase. You'll basically be able to buy it as many times as you want for as many characters as you want to boost. Why on earth did I bother leveling? Now, as I say, later on February the 19th, we're going to get the raids unlocked. Please don't call them 3 challenging raids, but still they are 3 raids, one of which being Karazhan, which is probably my favourite raid of all time, and then we've got Gruul and Magtheridon. Of course, you're going to get things like dual crafting, we're going to get the guild bank from the word go, and you're going to be able to transfer from Anniversary realms to Classic era realms if you choose not to go on into TBC. Now, I've been thinking a lot about how long this first phase will last, and I'm going to be putting a video out breaking down how I think the timeline for the rest of Anniversary is going to go, because I kind of feel like the end of Anniversary will be Wrath of the Lich King. That's my gut feeling. It's not going to end in TBC. They will want Wrath of the Lich King, and I also think we're going to see the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch, at the bare minimum pre-patch, maybe even launch this year. So I think it's going to be a pretty fast TBC and an equally fast Wrath of the Lich King, just based off how Anniversary has gone so far, where it's been something like 30-35% faster. So that video will be out in the very, very near future. So make sure you like, subscribe, check out Rested XP in the pinned comment in the description to obviously pick up the fastest way to level in TBC. And I'll see you on the next one.